Chapter 14. The End.
Jacob's Island was a part of London, down by the River Thames. It was the darkest, dirtiest place in the whole city. The streets were narrow, the buildings were old and broken. Only the poorest people lived there, in terrible conditions. Most Londoners were afraid to enter Jacob's Island because it was a dangerous place. Criminals, thieves and murderers went there to hide in the abandoned houses. In one of those houses there were two boys from Fagin's gang, Dodger and Toby. They hid in a room high up at the top of the house. Early that day, the police captured Fagin and the other members of the gang. They were now in prison. Only Bill Sikes was still free, but nobody knew where he was. Dodger and Toby were afraid. They sat and waited.
They'll hang Fagin. And Sikes too when they catch him. What's that noise?
Let me in.
Oh my God, it's Sikes!
Well, have you nothing to say? Where's Fagin?
In prison.
They heard a dog barking and a crowd of people outside.
It's your dog! The police followed him here.
What? Give me that rope. I'm going to climb down to the river.
Sikes climbed out onto the roof.
There he is! On the roof! There's the murderer! Look! He's tying a rope to the chimney!
Suddenly, Sikes shouted in terror.
The eyes again! I can see her eyes! I can see her eyes!
He fell, and the rope caught him by the neck. He was dead. Fagin was put on trial for all his crimes and condemned to death. The night before his execution, he sat alone in his prison cell. He was confused and afraid. In the darkness, strange thoughts passed through his mind. He remembered some of the terrible events of his life and the men who died because of him. In the early morning, the church bells rang. With the sound of each bell, he heard one word: death. The Dodger went to live in the country. He started an honest life.
I'm going to be a farmer. I don't want to end my days like Fagin.
Monks went to live in America, but he soon spent all his money and died in prison. Mr. Bumble lost his job. He became so poor that he ended his days inside the same workhouse.
Look at me now. And to think I was once the manager here.
Oliver went to live with Mr. Brownlow, who was like a father to him. They moved to a house in the country, near Rose and Mrs. Maylie. Finally, Oliver was safe and surrounded by friends. Mr. Grimwig often came from London to visit them.
If that boy isn't happy, I'll eat my head.